Welcome, everyone, to today's live stream, episode number 30 of our Kingdom Come Deliverance gameplay series. I'm Commander Jarval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. I don't think there's anything on admin notes this week, so on our recap, what we had done last week was kind of started looking at additional quests, side quests that we hadn't completed yet outside of the DLCs. And we're going to finish one of those today that we had started, Lost in Translation. We're going to take one last look through our quest log and see if there's anything else that we have to do. And then we're going to jump into the Band of Bastards DLC. I can't stand that DLC. And you'll see why once we get into it. But we're going to get it done, and then we'll continue on into the Woman's Lot DLC, and we'll see how far we get through Band of Bastards today before we move back into Woman's Lot. So let's go ahead and jump back in, and we'll continue on through Lost in Translation. Okay, if we look at our quest line here, we need to find a translator, and the marker is right up here at the other mill, so
yeah.
We're going to kind of head cross country through here. There's no direct route to get there. We will come up on the road fairly quickly, but the river is basically what we need to follow. And there's the mill, and there is the road. Okay, and we're looking for the vagrant here.
I heard you know how to speak Hungarian. But are you fluent?
I speak it well enough. But why are you interested, brother?
I might have a job for you.
A job? And I was hoping you were coming with an invitation to a drink, or a message from my mistress.
Your mistress sends word for you to get off that idle arse of yours and come with me.
Ha! I don't have a mistress anymore. But what about that drink? Do they have wine where you're headed?
Maybe watery beer. But if I know your kind, you'll be happy enough to drink that.
Oh, God's truth, brother. So what's it all about, then?
I need someone to question a cuman. I can see you're not tongue-tied and you know Hungarian, so it shouldn't be a problem for you.
Lord almighty, a cuman? But what does it matter? My employers here want to send me back on the road come the end of the week. How much are you paying?
Well, how about doing it out of the goodness of your Christian heart?
You know, I have this feeling that we're made of the same stuff, you and I. And as the saying goes, pestis imasitia pecuniae cupiditas. Desire for money is the ruin of friendship.
I'm glad we understand each other.
And where do you have this cuman of yours?
Have you heard of the mill in Bujin?
Of course. I've won at dice against the band that works there more than once.
Now, you really want to go together. You can meet him there, but evidently there's a bug in here where he sometimes gets lost in the woods. So we'll go together.
Fine. Take your things and we'll go.
And there's a game save, which you're going to need. Okay, and now he's here. I want to get my horse. Okay.
We can start the questioning.
Wonderful. I was almost starting to get bored.
So, let's begin. Tell him he has one and only chance to save his neck from the gallows.
Jól figyelj, van esélyed a menekvésre.
Tell him I know damn well he's got stolen valuables hidden somewhere around here.
Hova suvadstottak a cuccot, amit összelopkodtál?
Ezt megmondhatom neked, de előbb azt áruld el, az a fekete hajú ott mellette, tud-e magyarul?
Nem, egy szocse.
What's he saying?
Well, he seems to be resisting.
Either one of these doesn't matter.
Tell him if he carries on being stubborn, I'm gonna lose my patience.
Na mond, hol van?
Elmondom neked, de azt a gecit, aki melletted áll, küld el valahova.
Aha, már kezdem érteni.
Akkor jó, hogy értik egymást. Jól figyelj, azzal a nagy várossal szemben a folyónál.
A Dairodondos?
A nevét nem tudom. Egy nagy város, várfalakkal. És van ott két vár. Szemben a folyó túlpartján van egy domb. Ha a város felé nézel, van melletted egy út. Azon az úton van egy kereszteződés, egy kiégett fával. Viszonnan egy kis ösvény le a vízhez. És lent a víznél van egy kivált fatör.
És abban van?
Igen.
So? Is he saying anything?
No, not really. He just keeps swearing.
Tell him he's running out of time.
És hova küldjem?
Pénzhelyét nem tudom pontosan elmondani, így oda kell őt vinnem.
Well now, he started to talk. He says he buried the coin somewhere in the forest, but he can't describe the place exactly. He says he can take it there, though.
Fine. That's good enough for me.
Okay, now before you talk to the cumin, you need to talk to the vagrant again. There's a full translation of this conversation on the wiki for it, I believe. And basically they were talking with each other, saying, you know, can the guy standing next to you understand Hungarian? And he told him no, and then he told him where the stash was and that he could have it if he let him go. So we need to talk to the vagrant here.
How are you?
I have something to ask about the interrogation.
Tell me, brother.
Whatever he said took a lot longer than your translation. Did you really tell me everything?
Well, you know, they have a different manner of speaking in Hungary. Some things can't be translated so easily. There are a few hard nuts for us translators to crack there.
So you didn't translate everything?
Not verbatim. But look, I don't know why you're making a fuss about it. It's simple. He's gonna take you there, and the money's yours.
Okay, so here we want to use the convince option.
It's just I'm sure I heard him say something about Ratai.
Well, you must have misheard. He didn't mention that place. He speaks a strange dialect. That's the trouble.
A fucking dialect. I've had enough of this. I'm taking the cumin to Ratai, and we'll see what he has to say when he's on the rack. They'll have a translator who knows what he's doing. And if I find out you've betrayed me, you'll be very sorry.
Fine, fine. Just keep calm. I didn't tell you everything. You're right.
So what did he say? I'm listening.
He described the place where he says the money is hidden, in exchange for me promising that I'd talk to you into letting him guide you there.
Where does he want to take me?
I have no idea, but it's probably not anywhere you'd want to be.
Where's the money then?
Well, across the river from Rattay, there's a hill. And when you're standing on that hill, looking at the town, there's a road next to you. On that road, there's a crossroads by a burnt tree. From there, a small path leads to the water. Then, by the water, on the right, he says, there's a hollowed out stump. And that's where you'll find it.
Well now, it looks like we're through here. Get lost.
I'm already on my way. And everything is fine now, is it not, brother?
You better hope it's there, or I'm gonna come looking for you.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not so foolish as to lie to you twice, am I?
I should hope not.
Good luck, then.
Okay, so he confesses that he was lying to you. So we can either go find the Miller stash, trying to follow those directions. Those directions are pretty hard to follow here, to be honest. We're going to talk to the Miller instead. And he's around front.
God save you.
We went to interrogate that Cuman.
Is that so? Tell me about it.
You were right. He's got coin hidden somewhere.
Ha! You see? That's the legendary Miller's instinct for you.
That vagrant of yours is a piece of work.
How's that?
To trick us. He made a deal with the Cuman. His plan was to talk me into letting that bastard lead me on a wild goose chase, while he got the treasure.
Is that so? That sly fox. But you didn't fall for it, so the plan doesn't change. Go with him. Get the money and bring it back here.
But what do I get out of it?
I'll let you have half. That's fair, isn't it?
Aye, fair enough. And what to do with the Cuman afterwards?
Once you got the coin, you can do what you like with that heathen.
All right. I'll get going then.
Good. And don't even think of trying anything underhand. If I find out you've cheated me, you'll rue the day.
Don't worry, Miller.
Take care.
Okay, so now we are free to head out and escort the Cuman to his stash so he can show it to us. Now, the thing about the Cuman is you have to stay next to him. If you get too far away from him, he'll run away and you have to catch back up to him. So
The river would have washed him away.
I'm going to drop a save here before we go.
What can you do? It happened.
Mit akartok már megint? Azért jöttél, hogy kiröhög? Szép kis hős vagy.
Nice try, but I'm not stupid.
Na mi van? Megyünk?
But still, I don't intend to wander around the forest all day. Show me where it really is. And no trickery. Got that?
Huh?
God, for fuck's sake, get on with it. Don't you dare try anything.
Okay, so make sure you stay close to him.
A picsába! Hol az a szaros fa? Az ott egész ismerősnek tűnik.
And again, this translation of what he's saying here is also on the wiki. If I remember right, it's something like, "Where is that darn tree?" and "Where is it?" and he's complaining that he doesn't remember exactly where it is and that sort of stuff. If you don't talk to the vagrant and find out that they were lying to you, he will lead you to a different location. And that location will be an ambush with 3 other
Hol a
Cumans,
faszba is volt?
and you'll have to fight them all off. And then recapture him and have him lead you to the stash. So it's much better if you can just have the conversation with the vagrant. Hey, Rudi, welcome. Good morning. Good to see you again. And you should also recognize this place. Okay, and here's the burnt out tree. And you're going to get 800 groschen, an antidote, and some savior schnapps.
Igen?
Okay, so I'm going to take him to Rate.
I have what I wanted. Now we're going to Ratai, my friend.
And we'll turn him over to the bailiff. And that should complete as well. Let's say everybody's getting stocked up here inside the jail. I believe there's one more that we put. Yep. So yeah, we're single-handedly populating the jail here in Rate. Okay, and now we need to go back to the miller.
With salt, caraway seeds, garlic, and more. You'll find it nowhere else.
And give him his half of the stash. So we'll go to Ledechko. Alright, game. The farther you get through the game, the more it seems to be taking a long time to do its autosaves. Okay, we're going to continue heading north, take a west out of town. Oh, I knew I was going to hit that sign too, as soon as I tried to avoid the guard. But if I'd hit the guard and killed him, I'd ended up in jail for 10 days or something like that. Nobody wants to deal with that. Okay, so we'll switch back up the hill. And yeah, just across the ford up here, we should run into the mill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, get to the miller here.
back.
So I see. Well, have you got it?
Okay, you can try and convince him you don't have it, but give half the stash it says is only 100 groschen. This was 800 groschen in the stash, so we seem to be cheating him a little bit anyway.
I have. There was a small fortune stashed away there.
Well, well. So, give me my half and we can each go on our merry way.
Here you are.
Splendid! It's been a pleasure working with you. See you later.
Alright, so let's take a look through our quest list here. And see if there's anything left here on my list. So we did the Waldensians. We did money for old rope. At your service, my lady. Lost in translation. Robber Baron. We did the entire Adventures of Hans Capon DLC. So I think that's it. I think we have finished. No, there's one. Wait a minute. Have we finished? Okay, so we finished Damsel in Distress too. So, and I think we did Rattled. We did. So we have finished all of the side quests in the game, I believe. I think that was the last one. So now all we have, the Madonna of Sasau is the continuation of the Woman's Lot DLC. We have one more DLC that we need to do. Then we will have finished up all of the content in the game. We can come back and finish the Madonna of Sasau, because that quest will have completed all the other quests that will give us the best ending to that and the achievement for it. And then we'll be able to head out into the main quest line, which is going to take us to the village of Vranik. And once you get to Vranik, things are going to change dramatically in the world. And there are some quests that will auto-fail or won't be able to be completed. So before you get into the Die is Cast, you need to complete all of your other quests and DLCs in the game that you want. So now that we're at the point where all we have left is the DLCs, now we're going to work on... And I forgot to get my bounty from the bailiff. It doesn't matter. We're going to work on this DLC quest here. Okay, and this is for the Band of Bastards DLC. This was the third DLC, I think, in the game. Something like that. The forums also called it the Reloader DLC, and the reason for it is going to become readily apparent. It is nearly impossible to do this DLC without reloading the game. It's just stupidly difficult to keep somebody alive that is critical to the DLC, and having to reload because of him dying in a fight is just a pain. And there are two specific fights that it's really hard to keep them alive. So you're going to see me drop multiple saves throughout this DLC, and you are going to see me do reloads. There's just no other way around it. It's a matter of luck in a lot of cases, whether or not you are going to be able to complete an individual mission without the DLC failing. And that's why everybody just hates this DLC.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Hey, let's see if we can drop off anything. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to get rid of the boreback shield here in a minute. Okay. There are plenty of places for us to eat, including right here. And now we'll head up to the upper castle. And Hanish and Sir Radzig are kind of camped out up here inside this thing. So they're pretty easy to find. We've seen it before when we completed the tourneys when we're going to get our rewards. So we're going to talk to Sir Radzig this time.
Good to see you, lad. Sir Hanush told me you won his tourney. Good job, Henry.
Okay, and there's the icon for the DLC.
Sir, can I ask you about something?
Of course, Henry.
Well, I thought since we chased the bandits out of Pribyslavitz, the roads would be safer.
Ah, criticizing your liege lord, are you? And what, in your opinion, should he do about it?
Oh no, I don't mean anything by it. Just that it surprises me.
Easy, lad. I'm only pulling your leg. You're quite right. The roads really aren't safe. Mostly due to one thing. My garrison is a shamble these days. I lost most of my men in Skalitz, and what I'm left with after Pribyslavitz is hardly enough even to guard Pigstein. Let alone guarding the roads and patrolling the rest of the province. I simply don't have the men.
Uh-huh. I understand.
That is, I didn't have the men. As it happens, you've come at just the right time. Recently, I asked an old acquaintance for help. Sir Kuno of Rickwald and his mercenary band. The men who ride with him are a rough lot, mostly former convicts, but they're as capable as any squad of soldiers.
Well, excuse me for being so bold, but there's plenty of mercenaries around. Surely you can find a more respectable band?
You have a point, lad, but I'd like to tell you I talked to Kuno because I trust him. But actually my reasons are of a more pragmatic nature. You see, Kuno owes me a favor, so he'll serve me free of charge.
So, you want me to join them?
Yes, but that's not all. I told Kuno I'd send him a guide, but really what I need is for someone to keep a close eye on him and his men. Someone reliable, and I'd say you fit the part. Go and report to him at his encampment. You'll ride with his band on patrols and make sure they don't get too disorderly.
Who is this Sir Kuno of Rickvald?
He's the last baron of the House of Rickwalt, which became impoverished. So he took to the mercenary trade, like many poor noblemen do, unless they become robbers, which often isn't all that different. He's certainly an entertaining companion, but as a mercenary, well, let's just say he has his own particular approach to certain matters.
That sounds a little worrying.
Oh, it's nothing too bad. Just that now and again he needs reminding not to step over the line.
How is he indebted to you?
I did him quite a big service, actually. I saved him from the hangman.
Oh, that sounds like quite a story. How did it happen?
You should ask him. You'll be spending quite a while riding together, so it'll help pass the time. But one thing I can tell you, he seems to have taken inspiration from me. A lot of his men had their own encounters with the executioner too.
All right, I'll go and report to him.
Excellent. He set up camp between Ratai and Ledechko. It's a good base for covering the province. Good luck, Henry. And watch out for yourself.
I will, sir. Thanks.
Goodbye.
Okay, and that's going to start the Band of Bastards quest. Now, the Band of Bastards quest is kind of like the Madonna of Sasau quest. It's the overarching quest that has all of the sub-quests underneath of it. Okay, so let's look and see. I've got 9 Savior Schnapps. That should be enough for now. Okay, and Kuno's encampment is right out here. So we're going to head to Rate Mill. And then we'll be able to head out from here.
Yeah.
Take a left over the bridge. Go north.
You're not at first.
Once you hit the crossroads, take a left. And you should see his encampment here. And now when you get too close, it's going to trigger a cutscene. You don't have to save here. I just get in the habit.
I'll be with you. I'm looking for Sir Kuno. Sir Kuno? Baron Rickvald. Isn't this his camp?
You won't get nothing out of him. You must be Radzig's man. I heard he was supposed to send someone.
Yes, Sir Radzig sent me as a guide. I'm Henry.
I'm Jakey. And this here fella, we call the Stone.
I can see why. What's up with him? Cat got his tongue?
No, more like the dog got it. The executioner's dog. When the executioner ripped it out of him. Anyway, you better come along with me. I'll introduce you to the other fellas. And the chief. These here are the Bearman brothers, Petter and Jan. They're a barrel of laughs, except when they're too drunk to string 2 words together. Like now. Don't get on the wrong side of them, though. When their blood is up, well, it ain't a pretty sight.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, I'm sure.
Never mind the fancy poses, Stefan. You're trying to kill the fucker, not teach him how to dance. And you, Dangler, stand your ground. Don't let him lead you round by the nose.
Sir? Well, sir, this is Henry. From Lord Kobler.
Ah, it's about time Radzig got round to this. We need someone who knows their way around these parts. Leave off with the bowing and curtsying. We don't hold with that tomfoolery here. Jakey! Where the hell are you sneaking off to? Go to the farm and get water. The lads are thirsty.
But I went last time.
And you'll go next time, you ungrateful pup. Get your ass moving. Snot-nosed brat. You pull them out of a pile of shit, and they thank you with back talk. Where were we? Oh yeah. We need a guide who knows these parts. So I hope I can rely on you, Herman.
It's Henry.
Right. Well, as I said to Radzig, I don't want to carry any dead weight. We could find ourselves in some very tight situations where every sword counts.
I know how to handle a sword, all right?
I've heard a lot of fellas say that. They still ended up on the wrong end of one. We'll find out. Stefan, take a break. Dangler, let's find out what Harold here can do.
Sure. No problem, Chief.
Now, it's better if you go into this with your armor on, so before you come into the camp, go in with full armor. I don't think I'm going to need it, though.
You didn't fare badly at all, I must say. You can ride with us.
All right, good. Thanks.
Don't thank me yet. You don't know what you're letting yourself in for.
Okay, now you don't want to go on patrol yet.
Sir Kuno, can you tell me something about yourself?
Drop the sir. That title brought me nothing but grief. But what do you want to know?
Sir Radzig told me the Rickvold family lost its wealth. How did that happen?
There's all sorts of ways to become impoverished. Nothing easier. Especially when your father's a fool. And your mother's mad as a bat.
Oh.
But it's a long and twisted story. We took our name from Rickvold Castle. But that actually belonged to the convent of the Poor Clares in Tynitz. And my father only leased it. You see, he knew the abbess there since they were young. Knew her very well. There was even talk that she only joined the order because her family wouldn't let her marry him. Anyway, whether he was fucking her right there in the convent, or he just took a lot of interest in scripture, he spent an awful lot of time in Tynitz.
Oh, he might have been after a bit of both.
Sinning and confessing all in one place. Well, I can see the convenience of it. Anyway, my mother never had strong nerves. Truth be told, her sanity was always shaky. Pa's escapades drove her cuckoo entirely. Then, one frosty December morning, I was woken by screaming and smoke. I looked out the window, and I saw my mother there, in the courtyard, wreathed in flames. Behind her, the stables, the farm buildings, and the tower were burning too. And she just stood there, shrieking with laughter.
Christ, that sounds like a scene straight out of hell.
Hellish it was, I can tell you. Me and my sister Adela and a few servants managed to get out before the whole place went up. I couldn't get to my father. Or my little brother. Poor lad was only 7. My sister and I were left destitute after the fire. But then my cousin, Adam of Drevich, took us into his castle. A few weeks later, he offered to buy what was left of our estates and sell me a small fortress near a Kovnik. It was a great relief. We suddenly had some hope of a future again. So I told my sister about it. And it was the biggest mistake of my life. A week later, the two of them announced to me they were getting married. And all that was left of our estates, lands, woods, villages, Adela was to get it all as a dowry.
But surely that was for you to decide. You were the head of the family, right?
Aye. Only I barely had 17 years under my belt, and I'd just lost everything. Of course, I argued with them, and that was the only excuse they needed to kick me out of Drevich too.
That's pretty harsh.
You're telling me? but I'm not complaining. As my pa always used to say, if you can turn your hand to something, you'll never be lost. I doubt it ever crossed his mind how often I'd remember those words.
So he's had some issues.
What about your debt to Sir Radzig? How did that come about?
A twist of fate, lad. I was fighting in the hostilities between the House of Schallenberg and the town of Colleen. Some trade dispute it was, and I fought under the Schallenberg colours. In the end, the two sides negotiated a truce, and I rode to Colleen with the delegation that was to parley there. We stopped off at an inn on the way, and it was there that I met Radzig Kobyla. I could tell at first sight he was a man after my own heart. A likeable rogue, with a sharp mind and a merry soul. We spent the whole night drinking together and talking, and in the morning we set off together, with sore heads, but in good temper, since he was travelling the Colleen same as I was. Only, once we reached the city gates, they arrested me on the spot. Seems the burghers had it in for me, since I'd been making their lives hell for a good 6 months. On the other hand, I was a member of the peace delegation, so by rights, they shouldn't have even looked at me sideways. And then it hit me why Radzig was there. Colleen is a royal city, so he was there to represent the king's interests.
I see. So he was on the other side.
That's right. Anyway, they threw me in a dungeon, and a few days later word reached me that the Schallenbergs had reached an agreement with the burghers. Only part of the deal was they would give them my head, and I'd surely have ended my days swinging from the town battlements if it hadn't been for Radzig. He liked me, and he could see it was a dirty trick, so he somehow squared things with the city council.
Lucky for you.
Indeed. I owe my life to Radzig, and I'll never forget it. He's asked me twice before for help. This is the third time, and how could I refuse him?
I'd like to ask about your men.
Ask away.
What about the fellow they call Dangler?
I've never ridden with a better man, I can tell you. He doesn't say a lot, but for that, he listens all the better. Nothing escapes him.
So he scouts for you?
Not just that. It's happened more than once. I was closing a deal with someone, and Dangler told me after that he didn't like the smell of the fella nearly every time he was right, and the fellow tried to stab me in the back afterwards.
Those Behrman brothers are quite a pair.
Indeed they are. There's no more mercy in them than in, well, a bear. If I told them to skewer you on the spot, they'd do it, without batting an eyelid.
Jesus.
Oh, aye. They'd argue first about which one of them got to do the job. But they're as obedient as a huntsman's dogs. Real soldiers, the pair of them. Reliable, as long as they don't get too drunk. Then there's no keeping them under control. But nobody's perfect.
What can you tell me about Stefan?
Fletching? For one thing, he's a very resourceful fellow.
How did he come to join your band?
Well, let's just say he was in the right place at the right time. You'll find he has quite a knack for that.
What exactly happened?
Sorry, I'd love to tell you the whole story, but I'd be betraying his trust.
Oh, now you've got me curious. Maybe I should ask him myself.
Sure, why not? Our Fletch does love to converse.
What about that dumb one? How did he end up with you?
The stone? Oh, he just kind of tagged along.
Just like that?
Aye, just like that. We were riding from Olomouc to a castle past Kladsko, when we ran into him and some other wayfarers camping along the way. You know how it goes. We made acquaintance with them, had a drink or two. Then we travelled on together. After all, there's safety in numbers.
I'm not sure I'd be thinking that if I ran into you lot on the road.
We might have done some things I ain't proud of, but wayfarers are sacred even for me. Anyway, our fellow travellers dropped off along the way. One in Mohelnitz, one in Schoenberg, and the rest in Kladsko. Except for the stone. He stuck with us the whole way. The fellas kept asking him what he was after, but of course he never said a word. When we were approaching Barsdorf, I ordered the men to get rid of him. I had some business at the castle, and I didn't want any strangers sticking their noses in. Stefan tried to tell him nicely, but he just sat there, staring like he was turned to stone. That's when we gave him the name. Then the Bearman brothers tried to get him off his horse. He booted Jan in the face and knocked him out cold. Then he jumped down and felled Petter with one punch. A man who can do that is a man you want on your side. So we kept him.
Weren't you worried about having a stranger in your band? Especially one who didn't talk.
No, I figured if you can't talk, you can't tell. Besides, I've had worse.
And last.
What about Jakey?
Jakey, that boy will be the death of me. You've got to be tough on him, or he's good for nothing. But I'm fond of him, in a way.
Like a son?
I wouldn't go that far. But I've no family of my own. And unlike those other cutthroats, he seems to me like a good lad.
Well, you're pretty hard on him, though. And the others keep him on his toes, too.
The boy needs a firm hand. I was like him once, and I got the same too. If we let him be, we'd end up with a third bear man. And who'd want that?
True. 2 is more than enough.
Okay, so let's go. Now, he said he wants to go on patrol during the day. We still have plenty of time here, so let's talk to... You're not going to be able to talk to the stone. You can see there's no talk option.
Aye, Chief.
Can you tell me something about yourself?
What do you want to know?
Why do they call you Dangler?
Because Kuno found me dangling on the end of a rope.
Ah, I see. So, he saved you from execution?
I wouldn't call it an execution exactly. At the time I was squire to the Lord of Buzitz. There was a proper knight for you, full of ideals and honour. I looked up to him as a hero. Then in one skirmish he was killed, and the foe took me captive. They stood me on a shaky wooden cross with my hands tied behind my back and a noose around my neck, for amusement. Then they rode off laughing.
But how long were you stuck there?
I couldn't tell you. Hours, maybe days. In the end, everything started going black. I could feel the devil pulling me down by the legs.
Jesus! How on earth did you survive?
I didn't. When Kuno found me, he says I was dead as a doornail. They cut me down, took the rope off me, then someone gave me a kick and I coughed and came back to life. Sort of.
Okay, so an interesting band of misfits we've got here. Yeah, Jacob, yeah. Poor Dangler's right.
Stefan, can you tell me something about yourself?
What is it you want to know, youngster?
I'm curious how you ended up in Kuno's band.
You noticed I don't exactly fit in with this pack of felons and reprobates, huh? Unfortunately, you can't always choose your company, can you?
No, I suppose not. But how did you come to be with them?
Oh, well, I'd love to tell you, but Kuno insisted we keep that between the two of us. And I'm not one to break a confidence.
Oh. But, well, Kuno said it was you who wanted to keep it secret.
Really? Are you sure about that? You must have misunderstood him.
No, I don't think so. At least... Oh, never mind. So, where did you live before? What did you do?
I used to live in a town before. Back there I was doing something very different. Although, now I think of it, maybe it wasn't that different in a way, if you know what I mean.
Actually, I haven't the foggiest idea what you mean. You don't give anything away, do you?
Me? I'm an open book, lad. Ask me anything you like, and I'll give you an honest answer. Go on.
Maybe another time. My head's starting to spin.
As you wish. Shame, though. There's nothing I enjoy more than conversing.
So, glitching is an interesting one.
Come here.
I'm gonna look at something here real quick. I haven't seen chat show up, so I'm going to test the chat here and see if it... Okay, so now it's showing up. Alright. Just had to refresh the page there, so... Hopefully now all of your chats will show up.
Man.
So let's talk to Petter here.
Tell me something about yourself.
What do you want to know?
How did you and Jan end up with Kuno?
Me and my brother been riding with coin men since we was little. This was just another mercenary band for us. But Kuno seemed like a decent kind of fellow who'd treat us fair.
Radzig's man.
Yeah, he does seem like he's got an interesting backstory there.
Come here, I want to ask you something.
So Jakey does want to talk to you, and we're going to go talk to him here in a little bit.
Hey, mate. Can you tell me something about yourself, Jan?
Why not? I haven't been to confession for a while.
How did you end up in Kuno's band?
It's nothing new for me and my brother. We've been fighting for coins since we were old enough to carry swords. Last time we rode with one Lombardian by the name of Collini. All over Bavaria, Austria and that.
What happened? Did you fall out?
Nah, we just wanted to come back to Bohemia. You know how it is. Where no one understands a word you say, it ain't worth a damn.
You and Petter seem very close.
As brothers should be, lad.
To tell the truth, I'd never have guessed the two of you came from the same mother.
Oh, we've got the same ma, all right. I ain't got no ma, and neither does he. And the same goes for our pa. It's probably Satan himself.
Oh. I'm a bit confused. You're not actually brothers?
We might be. We might not. A band of mercenaries found us in a village when I was still a baby, and Petter hardly walking. Playing in the dirt together we was. Their leader took a shine to us for some reason. He took us away and raised us up. Raised us with swords for playthings and ale for mother's milk. A few years later, he was killed in Saxony. The band fell apart, but we joined another right away. That's the way it's been ever since, over and over.
So you two never had... well,
A normal life. We ride from one fight to another, risking our necks and killing who they pay us to kill. That's normal for us. Always has been.
Okay, and last is going to be Jakey, and you do want to speak to Jakey. If you don't talk to anybody else, talk to Jakey before you start your first patrol.
Henry! What is it, Jakey?
The stone wants to talk with you, if you can call it that. Probably about that ring.
What ring?
No one told you about it. The fellas call it the Ring of Bacchus. It's a kind of game we play. Kuno gave us this ring. It's just a worthless bauble. But when we're at the tavern, Kuno pays everything for the man who has the ring. So we steal the ring from each other and try to trick each other. Well, actually, just the others. They won't let me play. Kuno says I'm too young to get boozed up.
That sounds like a lot of fun. But I don't have the ring, so why does the stone want to see me?
He probably wants you to steal it from someone. Since you're new, the fellows will talk to you, and it won't be suspicious.
All right. I'll have a word with him.
Okay, and that's going to start the Ring of Bacchus side quest. We'll talk about that here in a second.
Hey, Jakey, can you tell me something about yourself?
Want to get matey, eh? Sure, Henry. What do you want to know?
How did you end up in Kuno's band?
Well, I used to be a baker's hand in Prague, but all the other fellas were always on my back, always swearing at me. Sometimes they even beat me up, took everything I had. To make a bit of coin, I started going to the tavern across the road, entertaining the rich gents with jokes, playing the fool. Sometimes someone would throw me a half-groschen. One time, Kuno turned up there, and I got to talking with him. When I told him all the shit I was getting at the bakery, he offered to take me with him.
I bet you were glad to get out of there.
Yeah, though it's not like they give me much peace here either. It's all,
Jakey, come here. Jakey, go there. Jakey, get that.
Well, surely you can't be any worse off here than in the bakery.
No. Only, at the bakery, the worst I ever got was a beating. It's not like my life was in danger. But here, when those Beerman brothers are drunk, I have to keep well out of sight.
How come they bullied you at the bakery? It's usually the shy ones bullies pick on. That's not exactly you.
Not now, maybe. I learned a thing or two since then.
Oh, come on, you shy? You just said you were playing the fool and telling jokes in the tavern.
All right, I'll tell you the truth. They picked on me because I'm an orphan. The parish priest of St. Apollinaire's in Prague found me as a baby in the church one winter's morning. I spent half my childhood in parish houses and half on the street.
I see. That must have been tough.
It still is tough, I can tell you that.
All right. So the Ring of Bacchus quest is kind of special in that in one way or another, you're going to have to talk to everybody in the camp except for Jakey. And what that means is that if any of them die, the quest is going to fail. Now, why is that important? Well, during some of these fights, it's really hard to know if any of the men died or not. It's really easy to know if Kuno dies because you're instantly going to fail the entire DLC. But at the start, the men are invincible. They can only be knocked unconscious. But in the last fight, they can die. And if you are interested in keeping them all alive, then holding off on doing this quest will instantly let you know if any of them die during the fight, and you can quickly reload it. There's no achievement or anything for saving all of them, and arguably, it's much harder to keep them all alive in that last fight, and instead just do the Ring of Bacchus now, and get it done, and that way in the final fight, if all of them except for you and Kuno die, you're fine. I'm going to hold off on it and see kind of how it plays out. The final fight, I'm probably going to have to reload it 3 or 4 times. It's just kind of how it goes in that fight. But we'll kind of play it by ear and see. If it becomes too much of a reload fest, then I'll just finish it now or finish it earlier, or I'll just reload a save and finish it and then go into that final fight and not really care. But that's what the Ring of Bacchus does. It's kind of like a canary in a coal mine quest in that if it lets you know if anybody's dead is basically what it does. So now it's still daytime, so we can talk to Sir Kuno and go on patrol.
Should we ride out?
Aye, we ought to set out on patrol about now. Hope you've got your kit ready and whatnot. I'd like to head to the north. Is there anything interesting that way?
North of here, Samapesh and Merhoyed are that way, and Talmberg is a bit further on. There's stables in Merhoyed.
I wouldn't mind paying a visit to those stables. We can go through there.
And from there?
From there, we'll follow our noses. Something interesting is sure to turn up. I feel it in my bones. Mount up and let's go.
Sure. Chief.
Okay, now for Bad Blood, you're all going to be instantly fast traveled over to a spot. And you're going to be mounted up on a horse. And at the start, you just need to follow along with them.
What a fine day, eh, brother?
Indeed, brother.
You know what I like best about days like this, Jan?
The scent of chamomile wafting from the hillsides.
Among other things.
Ah, like the rounded hills, rising, purtling, all soft and pink in the sunlight.
And the fertile valley below, spreading wide and inviting.
dew glistening in a mossy hollow.
The sweet aroma of honey in the air.
The sturdy poplar, standing tall and erect.
Aye. It reminds me of that day. That day where the two of us fucked Fletcher's ma.
Very droll. You'd make a stuffed bird laugh.
Your ma's a stuffed bird. I stuffed her myself.
I can't smell any chamomile.
Well, men, how are things?
May I?
Yes, Fletch?
How shall I put it? I'm a little concerned about the prospects in these parts, Chief.
Oh? How's that?
I've been looking around, and if you'll pardon me, it seems to me that we've been stuck for a long time in the arsehole of beyond.
It's not Paris, France, I'll grant you.
What I mean to say is, I haven't got any new kit or arrows since the day Jakey joined us. It makes me uneasy, Chief.
I see. What about the rest of you?
I don't know what Fletch is moaning about. There's plenty of booze and loose wenches nearby.
Not to mention fools in the taverns who don't know when to stop rolling those dice.
Dangler?
It's the arsehole of beyond everywhere we go. It always makes me uneasy.
Jakey?
Fletch can complain. I was supposed to get a suit of armor, and all I got was a shitty kettle hat.
Sorry, but they don't do hauberks in girls' sizes.
Oh? Well, how did you get yours then?
All right, I appreciate your honesty, lads. Don't worry, there will be plunder. We're here to fight, and to the victor the spoils. That's how it's always been, but no purse of silver will shed blood for you on the battlefield. That's what this company is for. And I hope you never forget the golden rule. You can joke all you want, moan all you want, but nothing will keep your skins in one piece better than trusting your leader, who you choose by your own free will. So don't ever forget that.
Amen.
Jeez, there's something going on over there.
Yeah.
Let's go! Behind me, and keep your eyes peeled.
So, standard soldier talk on the way, and now we've seen a burning building in the distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think we can expect this time, fellas?
Groschen,
Yeah.
hidden in a piss pot under the bed. A nice chunk of beef no one there will be eating.
On account of it'd just fall out through the
And
holes
is this,
in their bellies, eh, brother?
My mouth is already watering, brother.
I can't remember his name's Horse, sitting out in the middle of nowhere
Once
again.
you get your hands on some loot, I'll be happy to play you for your hard-earned grosh.
Yeah.
Look at the cap.
Poor old Fletch. Never gets to see the action from close up.
What about you, Dangler?
Yeah.
What do you expect to find?
Futility and human suffering, like always.
Always full of good cheer, eh, Dangler? Why don't you take a leaf out of Stone's book and shut the fuck up?
Jesus, I wish you'd all shut the fuck up.
Keep your eyes peeled, though. There might be someone hiding out here still. Look for clues and question the survivors, if there are any.
Okay, so now we need to look for clues around this place. Okay, so there are a few things that we can look at.
They turned the place over good and proper. Jesus Christ, what a massacre. They weren't even armed. God almighty. Looks like it happened fast. Well, they can't be all that clever or they'd have taken the wagon. No signs of resistance. They simply slaughtered them like animals.
Can't remember. which wagon it is. I'm not too worried about it.
Still smouldering. Whoever torched it can't have got very far.
Okay. So then in this building down here, no, this one here. It's been ransacked. But this looks out of place.
Kuno will want to know about this.
And you got the House of Zool shield. Now, the House of Zool shield here is 98-17. The durability is 1. The boreback is 168-20 on 105. The House of Zool shield is purely decorative. Okay? It's not a quest item, but it is purely decorative. You don't want to use it. That's going to be different than the rest of the House of Zool set, which we won't get until later. Now, this is timed, so you have 3 hours once you get here to find it. So you want to find it as quick as you can.
I found this shield in a shed along with a letter. Seems like someone left us a message.
Show me that. I know that crest. It's the House of Zool. A dangerous lot, God's truth. I don't think we'll find anything else here. We'll stay here a while, just in case. And you should go and report to Radzig what happened.
What do you know about these Zools?
A family of impoverished nobles. They fought in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia. But what they're after in Bohemia, I've no idea.
I thought I could go and search for those raiders. They might not have gotten very far yet.
All right. It's always good to have an extra pair of eyes. We'll keep searching here for a while, and then head back to the camp.
Okay, and that searching for raiders is going to open up an achievement. And to do that, you have to go over here and talk to Fletching.
Did you find any tracks?
Some, a horse or two. They rode off through the meadow towards dawn. They're avoiding the road, which is interesting.
Towards dawn?
Meaning towards the east. Apart from the mounted ones, there were some men on foot too. Well weighed down.
Oh, they can't move too fast then.
No, and what's more, they left a trail of blood. One or more of them might be wounded. Either that, or they dragged off some poor bastard from here.
Nice work. Thanks.
Okay, and that's going to open up a new objective to track the raiders. And he told you to head east. I'm going to get my bow out here. Do I not have it equipped? I don't. Okay. And heading east will bring you up here to this cabin. Okay, and if you go around it, you'll see a dead horse.
Poor creature. Hunted down like game.
And you're going to continue along this path here, and you'll see bloodstains as you go.
Looks like they carried away a lot of stuff.
this way. Seems they met some resistance at the farm. Ugh, what a waste. But at least I know which way they went.
Okay, so you can keep following the tracks. There's nothing left to inspect. Once you find the horse, the apple sack, the cloth, the bloody rags, and the barrel, there's nothing else to find. If you've already got the perk that opens up the entire map, this is about where the raiders are. And for some reason I still have a quest marker, or I have a marker out there. Let's clear that. And you'll see a clearing. And that clearing kind of lets you know that you're getting close. And there's the camp. Okay, so once you find, or once you get the achievement, try and find traces of the attackers, you're going to get an achievement called Tracker. Okay, so that's your first of like 6 or 7 achievements that are in this DLC. So now now that you found the raiders, you can go back and talk to Kuno and get some help in this fight, or you can try and take them out yourself. Now there's 8 or 9 of them, and they don't ever sleep. But it's not that hard to deal with them, in all honesty, if you've got decent stealth gear.
Supposing 8 went missing my way and another 8 your way?
It's a big open clearing, and you can kite them around really easily
25's a nicer sum.
and separate them out. There's one dead.
He must be here somewhere. He's disappeared. Just wait, you bastard. Next time you'll be in for it.
That's kind of dangerous.
He's vanished, the fucker. That fucker must have come from here.
But it's already full.
That's 2 dead.
But I'll have to take it all out again. But you said Zoe will want to see valuables, so I put them goblets on the top.
Now, the guys that have shields on their back, you have to aim low.
Maybe 30 might turn up. Supposing 8 went missing my way and another 8 your way? How do you mean 50? 25's a nicer sum, I grant you.
Just wait, you bastard. Next time you'll be in for it.
Let's see if I can separate these two. Okay, so that one's going back.
What the hell was
Yeah, so you have to hit low. just turned at the wrong time and I hit his shield. Oh.
Seems to me we raided that farm on account of that shield and not the loot.
Okay, 3 dead. Okay, so I'm gonna get my piercing arrows back, and they have better piercing arrows on them sometimes. And I'm gonna take the small blacksmith kit too. The gear isn't all that great on them. There is some though. So here's the first one that I killed. And then there was another one over here somewhere, I think. Not too, like I said, I'm not too worried about finding all of their bodies. Actually, he might be over here. Because the gear, like I say, isn't all that great. Yeah, here he is. I don't need the better hunting arrows. Take the piercing arrows, though. Okay. So that's the first batch of 3 dead. The next batch is kind of sitting here. You can barely see them. Right there. And these guys are going to have better armor. There's 4 dead. Come towards me.
Where could he have vanished to? He must be here somewhere. He must have fired from here.
Oh. Oh, come on.
That fucker must have fired from here. Must have fired from here.
Getting worse at archery. Not better. Alright.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
So that's 5. And there will be some decent armor on some of them. The Aachen Dark Brigandine is the best in the stealth set of armor. This one's out around here somewhere. This is the one that I'd already killed. Again, I'm not going to spend all day looking for him. I think he was... He turned his back. Started to walk away. But again, not all that interested in finding them. So there's 3 more over there, and one in the... or the last in this group of 3 is right here.
Can't hide from me.
Okay, so that's 6 down. Ah, there's this guy. Okay, so that's 6 down. Like I say, here's the last group of 3.
The shot must have come from here, so where is that bastard? That fucker must have fired from here. Where could he have vanished?
Okay, so that's 7.
That fucker must have fired from here. I'll find you, cur.
8.
Can't hide from me.
Looks like he got away.
9.
Dear God.
Take the marigold, take the piercing arrow, take the blacksmith's kit, and then that was this guy. So these two were pretty close together. This one was more out here. Yep. And that's how I tell them apart. I make sure I loot all of the Groshen. If they don't have any Groshen on them, then I know that it's a new body I haven't found yet. Okay. And now here inside their camp, there are some things you can loot. There are some bags here. It's going to have a little bit of Groshen and some clothing and that sort of stuff in it. But nothing that's really worth looting. I mean, there's a little bit of Groshen in here. The biggest thing I think is the long noble hauberk. I think that's the biggest thing in here. Okay. So now that we're done clearing them out, who wants to talk to me there? Oh, I know what that is. Okay. Yeah, we can go do that too, but it's just an activity. It's repeatable. Yeah, so now what we need to do is get back to report to Sir Radzig, but if you go back to the camp, I believe you have a dialogue. Let's go see. I can't remember, honestly. I think if you tell Kuno that you dealt with the raiders by yourself, he has an extra dialogue.
Made of a unicorn.
but let me go see. Oh, jeez, there's that same sign again. And that same guard. I should just kill this guy and get it over with.
Yeah.
He's walking a little bit too far to the left of the road for me to dodge him on the left, so I keep dodging him on the right and keep running into that sign. Oh, I'm at the wrong spot. I need to be at the Rattay Mill. Not at Ledechko. Well, I can go through from Ledechko. I just need to travel south.
Yeah. I feel quite hungry.
Yeah, you'll get something to eat here in a second. There's plenty to eat at the camp. So let's grab something to eat and we'll talk to Kuno. They're not back yet. Okay. They must still be on their way back from that thing. So I'm not going to worry about it. Like I say, you can I believe talk to him and get an extra dialogue where he'll tell you that he's surprised you were able to kill him by yourself and that sort of stuff. But let's go talk to Sir Radzig again. And that is the last bit of this, I think, that we're going to be spending in our stealth armor. The rest of it, we're going to be spending in full plate.
God bless you. What troubles you?
Sir, I'm afraid I have some bad news. We came across a burnt-out farm near Merhoyed.
Christ! It seems Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
No, this is something else, sir. We found a shield there with a crest. A tricolour star on a blue field.
I know that coat of arms, unfortunately. It's the House of Zul.
There was a letter there, too.
Show it to me. Although I think I already know what it will say.
Here you are, sir.
Unscrupulous beast. Cruelty and malevolence. I challenge you to face me in a duel, defend your honor. An ignominious wretch? Well, that's nice. Signed, Hagen Zul. As I expected, old grievances coming back to haunt me.
This Sir Hagen wants to challenge you to a duel.
Apparently, he still hopes I will agree to this kind of outmoded solution to disputes.
But surely you can't refuse a challenge to a duel. What about your honor?
Henry, my boy, honor is a splendid thing, and it should be held in high regard. But in time, you'll learn that some matters are not so straightforward.
Like this one?
Yes, like this one. The only reason Hagen is challenging me now is that he has a marked advantage. I've served as the royal hetman for the last 15 years and become a courtier. Hagen, meanwhile, was fighting in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia and elsewhere as a mercenary. Which of us do you think would win a duel? That's not honor, but an abuse of honor. Commonplace opportunism. I don't blame him for trying, but I'm not such a fool as to play by his rules.
What happened between you and Sir Hagen?
That's a long story.
Well, if I'm to know what I'm up against, I'll need to hear at least the gist of it.
True. All right, in a nutshell. Several years ago, I had to resolve a bloody feud between the Zuls and another family. The Zuls were clearly in the wrong, but refused to accept my ruling. So, I hanged the head of the family, razed their castle to the ground, and confiscated their property. Ever since then, they've had it in for me, not surprisingly.
But you acted in good conscience.
Yes, although in retrospect it might seem excessively harsh. And it doesn't help that the other family is related to mine.
Well, what are we going to do about this?
You and Kuno's band will just have to deal with Hagen and prevent further mayhem. The longer he's marauding around these parts, the greater the chances that I'll finally have to succumb to his conditions.
So you'd fight him, if it came to that?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But maybe there's something else behind this challenge. Maybe it's coin he's after. Who knows?
All right. We'll deal with him, sir.
I'm sure you will, Henry. God be with you.
Okay, so now that's going to complete the Bad Blood quest, and it's going to get us back into the Band of Bastards quest, which is going to tell us to report back to Kuno.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know that was an object. Just can't seem to stay on my horse today. But yeah, I had no idea that was even a collision object. Okay, so we're going to head back to the camp, but like I said, that was the last time I think that we're going to spend in our stealth getup. We need to put our plate armor on. And here they're back. So let's go to our horse. Okay. And I'm going to drop a save again. We'll probably end up overwriting that one.
I'd been to see Sir Radzig.
So how did he take the news?
Well, he wasn't exactly happy about it.
I can well imagine. I wouldn't want the Zuls plundering my estates either. If I had any.
He wants us to carry on patrolling the area. There's nothing else for it.
We'll do that. But it will soon be too dark for patrolling, Henry. Come at first light.
Sure. I'll do that.
Okay. So we're going to get immediately dropped into a fight after we start patrolling. Okay, so you want to make sure you've got your armor on, and we're going to drop a save after or once we get into a part of it up there. So for now, though, we need to sleep until the next day. Now, taking a look around the camp, there are a bunch of shields and weapons laying around here. Okay, I think there are some sitting, yeah. like out here and that sort of stuff, do not pick those up. And I think there's more here. Yeah. Shields like this. Do not pick these up. There's a chance that at the end of this, in the final fight, that the weapons that you're picking up in here, will be theirs. And they'll fight empty-handed, and that is definitely not good. Now in this next fight, the only Kuno can die. Everybody else can get knocked unconscious, but only Kuno can die. But the straight up fight, we're going to be badly outnumbered. There's 7 of us, and I think there's 10 enemies, or something like that. There's a way, but that's the only way that you can get an achievement in this next one. So let's just find a place to sleep, and we'll wait until the next day. So what happened there? Something bugged out. Okay, well, we can sleep here. This is our actual bed, I think. Okay, so we'll wait until the morning. That may be a little early, but we'll see. Okay, so let's grab some breakfast. We can't. Kuno should be waking up. There he is. So we definitely don't want to go into this hungry. Okay.
I'd been to see Sir Radzig.
So how did he take the news?
Well, he wasn't exactly...
I can well imagine.
He wants us to carry on patrolling the area. There's nothing else for it.
That makes sense. I don't think he'll come to us. So we'll just have to hope we run into him. I'd like to check out the big forest to the north, and then carry on via Ujits.
Sure.
Mount up then, and let's go.
And that's going to start uninvited guests, and you're again going to automatically be transported up to the AO. Sorry, the area of operations. And as soon as you get here, you're going to get a cutscene.
Please, can we stop for a bit? My arse is aching, and I've such a thirst I could drink a moat dry.
Same here. What do you say, Chief?
Not to worry. We'll reach it soon. We'll spend the night there.
I heard they've got a peculiar priest there. They say he drinks like the devil himself.
There's nothing strange about that. Every other man of the cloth is a swill pot.
Or a lecher.
Or both.
Quiet. Listen.
Please, sir, help me.
Don't worry, lass. Nothing to fear. We're with Sir Radzig, in the manner of speaking. What's the matter?
These brigands came. The menfolk fled and left us there. They started pillaging the place, drinking whatever they could find and smashing things. I ran off, but the other girls, you've got to save them. Please, I beg you.
Easy, lass. Drinking, you say?
Aye, sir. They rolled the casks into the courtyard and started swilling like pigs from a trough.
Well, as our old cook used to say, if you want to make a proper goulash, you should soak the meat in ale for a while to soften it first.
Ah, let them get well soaked, and then go and chop them up. Good thinking, Chief.
But what about the girls? Those men, they were...
Ah, I'm sure your friends won't be getting nothing they ain't had before.
Well, unless they be nuns.
Kuno, the girl's right. If we delay, her friends will pay the price for it.
I appreciate your advice, Henry. But it's caution that'll keep you alive, not chivalrous deeds.
Okay, and I forgot to make a save here. So, we're gonna promise to protect the fiefdom, and then we're gonna have to do a reload.
You promised Sir Radzig you protect his fiefdom, and that means his subjects too.
Come on, it's not like their lives are in any real danger. Hagen's men just want a bit of fun.
A bit of fun? Are you fucking serious? You know very well, Kuno, how innocent girls can end up after a bit of fun with animals like that. Well, I, for one, am not going to sit back and let it happen, even if I have to creep in there myself and try to rescue them.
Oh, all right. It's not the smartest thing to do. But let's go and tackle those fuckers if that's how you want it.
Good. Thanks.
And completing that successful check will get you the Chivalrous Soul achievement. Now, I need to see if I have... I don't. Came in woefully unprepared for this. If I try and do this, they're going to head up toward the camp. It's nighttime. If you have a Nighthawk potion, that's best.
Who wants their back covered?
So that you can see in the dark here. I've got my shield. Good. The only thing you have to do is protect Kuno. Okay, the rest of his men are going to just go unconscious. And the other thing you want to do is you do not want to accidentally hit one of them. That's why having a Nighthawk potion can be so useful during this fight. But I'm not going to play around with this. If I fail it the first time here, I'm going to reload.
What's so fucking funny?
Because you don't have to, once you've got the achievement, you can reload your game
And they'd hear your
and
loud-mouthed blabbering a mile
come
off,
back
too.
here and choose the option where you leave the girls on their own and you'll attack in daylight. And that fight's much easier. I think there's 4 enemies that won't attack you
What we'll do with the liquid loot we
during the fight. The fight's still hard. It's just not as hard and not as chaotic. So here are the guys. So what we really need to do is just protect Kuno. So wherever Kuno is, we need to protect him. Try not to get bogged down. There's Kuno. You see, he died. So that's going to fail the entire DLC. So yeah, we are not going to do that. The uninvited guest quest line is going to take you back right after, or save is going to take you back right after the cutscene choice. So we're going to go back one more here. And again, I'm not saying that the daylight fight is going to be easier at all. It's just there are fewer men and fewer chances for him to die. But it's still a difficult fight.
I've been to see Sir.
So how did?
Well, he was. He wants.
Sure. Mount up.
Okay. But you can get the achievement, and then you can reload to this save and go back and do the fight again. And this is why they call it the Reloader DLC. Is because Kuno just... He's always up near the front, he charges in, he gets 3 or 4 guys around him. It just gets ugly. So we can skip all of this.
Kuno, the girl's right. If we delay, her friends will pay the price for it.
I appreciate your advice, Henry. But it's caution that'll keep you alive, not chivalrous deeds.
Well, I did what I could. Have it your way then.
I will. And unless you want to rush to your grave, you should do the same.
And that will automatically fast forward you to daytime.
Right. By now, they'll all be drunk as lords. Let's go.
Well, I never. Mother...
And again, if you have a Nighthawk potion, this is quite a bit easier to do. You're able to see quite a bit better. And you see, like I say, he's always up front. So everyone always goes right for him.
I'll watch your right side then, yeah?
And even with you, they won't come after you. So if you try and run up there in front of them and start this fight early, they're not going to all come after you. It's not how it's going to work. They're going to bypass you and go after him. So let's just try and again stay near him. We're going to drop a save now that we're close, because I doubt we're going to complete this the first time. I really doubt it.
Fuck. What's up, brother? Heart in your mouth.
Jesus, what the... Fuck!
It's a sign from God, Peter. A foretaste of what we'll do with the liquid loot we take...
So again, we'll try and stay with him. This fight is chaotic, so it's hard to keep track of him.
Here. Now it's your blood that will stay.
Coming, look!
Okay, so there he is.
Good work, lads.
Okay, see how much easier that fight is? Okay, now what you have to do is there are members of this gang that are around the camp here, and you need to go around and kill them. They've drunk themselves to oblivion. And I think there are 4 of them or so. Yeah, see, there's the objective. Finish off the drunks at the farm. There's one more somewhere.
How about a game? I'll lend you my dice, cop.
You're like a hero to me. You're like a big brother. Actually.
Hey, Henry.
Okay. Where is he?
Could I call you brother?
Already killed him. There he is. I think that's it. Yep. Otherwise, those 4 additional people will be in your fight. Okay, so now I want you to talk to everybody. The first thing that we're going to do is sit here
Promise I won't cheat.
and play some dice.
Up for a game?
Always. I've got some nice little items to wager. What do you say?
Well, that depends what you have.
I've got a shield, a jupon, and a very fine embroidered hat. The shield's got the Rickfald crest, a nice piece, handles well, and tough enough to take quite a battering. Then I've got this combat jupon. Not only does it look good, but it'll help keep your skin in one piece. And then there's this noble hat. It's not a lot of use on the battlefield, but if you want to look elegant around town, it'll certainly make a big impression on folk. And the girls will be fainting at your feet.
Okay, so we're going to go for it all.
I like the sound of that shield. I'll play you for that.
All right, but what will you wager? You'll have to make it worth my while. After all, fine things like these here don't just grow on trees.
Okay,
This
so it's
should
going to
be
cost
enough,
you
right?
400 to play.
That'll do me. Let's play.
So again, we're going to get our lucky playing die.
Your fame precedes you, but you won't get the better of me.
Okay, so a decent first roll. I think I'm not going to take those. Oh, jeez. Same situation. That's not a whole lot, so I'm going to take a chance here.
Come on,
650
it's time I had
on
a
round
throw.
1 is not a lot, and I rolled a 6. I rolled 3 6s right in a row there, but it wasn't for a whole lot.
This'll be the one. That's it.
There's the 1. Is he going to pass?
We'll see.
Oh, pushing his luck. Oh, and he rolled a 5. He got really lucky there. You gonna do it again? Just get ones and
That'll do
5s in singleton, so I passed. Okay. Okay, so we'll take the 5s. There we go.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going is good.
Take the 1s.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going is good.
Take the 5s, and I think we're gonna take that. That's a good roll for him.
Now you.
Take the 1s. Oh, there we go.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going is good.
There it is. Game over.
Fucked! Again.
Okay. So, why don't I have an option to play him again? You don't normally have to get up and then sit back down. Oh, it's probably because I sat first
How
instead
about
of
that
just
game,
talking
then?
to him.
Have you still got those nice...
I doing.
I could use...
All right, after all.
This should be enough.
That'll do me. Your fame precedes you, but you won't get the better of me.
Take the ones. Perfect.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going is good.
Oh, hello. And we'll take that.
I hope that's the end of it. We'll see. That's all.
And that'll end it.
Suck! I can't believe it!
Okay, so that wins us the Jupon. Let's talk to him instead of sitting down.
How about that game?
I do.
Go after the hat.
All right, after all.
This should be enough, right?
That'll do me. May the best man win.
Oh, look at all the fives. I think I'll just score that.
That won't happen again. Surely. This'll be the one.
Oh, boy. Oh, he didn't take them both. Gonna go singletons. There's a 1 or a 5. You gonna pass?
That'll do me.
Yep. Take the ones. Perfect.
Ah, come on, it's time I had a throw.
There it is. Oh, boy. That's a big score. The only score that beats it is 6 ones. 4,050 all in one roll.
Damn.
Okay, and he's got one more.
How about that?
I do it.
I don't want to sound...
All right, but what? After all.
This should be enough.
That'll do me. We'll see whose side Lady Luck is on.
Okay, take the ones. Oops. And the 5s.
Not afraid of anything, eh?
Take the ones. I'll take a chance
Why
here.
did I even start this game?
And there it is.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going is good.
And that'll end it.
Enough. I'm done with this.
Now he's finished. You can't talk to him anymore.
A bruise or two some
So
colour
we
in
can
your
also
cheeks.
talk to Jan here.
You want to have a scrap with me?
Scrap? That's putting it in vulgar terms. I want to challenge you to an honourable bout of combat. You've nothing better to do right now anyway.
All right. But let's make it a bit more interesting.
You're a man after my own heart. Tell you what, let's make it a lot more interesting.
Well, a wager like that will bring a bit of excitement into it at least.
You're very sure of yourself, ain't you? Well, you're not the only one. So let's do it.
Okay, so now we can have a fist fight for 200 gold.
Yo! Sir! Is that the best you can do?
Not really. Need to watch out for the clinches. He clinches a lot more than normal. Come on.
Yeah! Here! Ow! I'm over here! Come on, you shit.
And there's Head Cracker. Nice. And we got the Groshen out of it. Okay, now we can have a seat over here.
She even talks to you. You kept your mouth shut and stared at the table. Didn't say a word. Quiet as the grave. I wonder what her name was.
Henry, come here. We don't bite. They left us some damn good booze here. And as my old man used to say, the fire of battle must be quenched. Of course, the only battle he was ever in was with Ma. But still, it fits. Anyway, I hope you'll drink with us.
We shouldn't be doing that.
Doing what?
This. Drinking and eating. This stuff belongs to the people from the mill.
You see any people from the mill? They're all shitting themselves with fear somewhere in the woods. Leave off the preaching, grab a tankard, and booze like a normal bastard. Or I'll send you back to Radzig in disgrace.
Kuno, you should spare a thought for those people, for Christ's sake. First, some brutes come and wreck the place and steal half their supplies, and then their rescuers relieve them of what's left.
I am thinking about those people. I'm sure they're grateful. And how better to show gratitude than by putting on a feast?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be overwhelmed with gratitude once they find out you've gobbled up all their winter supplies.
Jesus, Henry, you're a real spoil-sport.
I don't want to spoil your sport, but...
But we have to think of those people. Yeah, I know. All right, let us finish our drinks in peace, and we'll pack up.
So, just like Radzig said, sometimes he needs me around to keep an eye on him. And that's going to complete uninvited guests. Okay. So you can go around and loot the bandits if you want. There's normally not a whole lot on them that's worthwhile. But again, I'll take a second and just look through them. The ones that are going to be better off are the ones that are out there in the in the field where we had the fight. But there are going to be some arrows that I'll take. Okay, so let's head back out here. Okay. Some of them you will find have some of the best longbows in the game, the U longbows. It's slightly better than the cumin bow, but worse than the sinew bow. The sinew bow you can only get, again, through the from the Ashes DLC, rebuilding Privoslavets. The House of Rickvald shield that we just played for is 105, 5, and 38. Still nowhere compared to the Boarback shield. It is 168, 20, and 105. The Boarback shield is the best in the game. So it is definitely your best in slot item. Okay. So after that, we are done and we can head back to his camp. Now, the problem with these guys is that they will physically take that path all the way back to their camp out here. And there are sometimes that they will get waylaid on the road and they'll get into a fight and somebody will die. So I always save beforehand, before I fast travel. And that way, if I find out that they do get into trouble, I can follow their path through Uschitz and Talmberg and all that sort of stuff and try and catch up with them and try and help them out in whatever that fight is. But yeah, as soon as you fast travel, you'll come out of the fast travel and you'll get a message that Kuno has died or X person has died. And you'll get that message because it will fail either the entire DLC or it will fail the Beggar's Ring quest, and you'll know it. I'm gonna actually drop off these shields. They're unique shields, so I keep them, but there's no real need to use them. I think that's it. I'll put these... Actually, I'll take those. I'm going to take all of those and put them on my horse. Okay. So then we're going to send all of those to my horse. Okay. Now let's head up to his camp and see if they're back yet. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I don't see their horses. Yeah, so we just have to wait for them to get back. And again, this is during that time when they can die, so... There they are. Okay, so Uninvited Guests is now going to complete, and once we talk to him, we're going to get into a new fight. And this fight is going to be very, very bad. So I'm looking to see my nourishment is okay. We might as well just bump it all the way up. So I'm going to drop a save now that they're back.
Can we set out?
Sure. We'll head towards Sasau today. Jakey heard at the tavern in Ledechko that someone there saw some unfamiliar horsemen.
You think they could be Hagans?
Maybe, maybe not. It's enough that they're not local. Could be the escort of some merchant caravan, of course.
Okay, and this is going to start a tight spot. Now, a tight spot, you're going to immediately get dropped into combat. And the goal of the combat here is not to win the combat. The goal here is to get Kuno out alive. That's it.
Jakey, go and scout ahead. Don't want us running into any surprises. See if there's a good spot for us to camp.
Right, Chief.
What's the matter with Jakey? No back talk.
I gave him a swig of schnapps at supper. Perhaps it made a man of him overnight.
Or that boar piss of yours took away his will to live.
Zastubi dervice potoki vina, nesvenic nesere semezis viva, nesvenic nesere pesca se slavi, citali piem neste vainam plavi. Hey! Genstia citale plemeno hadi, pusti exodia bona gesradi.
Brother, where are you? All right, Henry. I'm coming, brother.
Sucker! Catch my horse,
We're on the riverbank.
We have to get back to the bank, quick, before they cut us off.
Okay, so all you want to do here, and I'm not going to be able to say it, all you want to do here is stay with Kuno and make sure that he gets out alive.
Curse it!
You don't want to get bogged down in all of this fighting. Where is he? He's over here. Okay, so that was him. Okay, now follow Kuno. Wherever he is. Okay, stay with Kuno, because this is not over.
To the left! Go left!
Okay, the archers are going to stay down there. Where did he go? Okay, there he is. Can I save here? No, I can't. There's another group. Oh, already dead. Now, only one of the men survived, but they're just knocked unconscious. They're going to get back up here in a little bit.
To the woods! We'll lose them there!
Like I say, this is the only goal. So it looks like Dangler made it out. Okay. So now the objective is just to talk to Kuno. Still can't save.
What
Oh,
now?
that might be because I'm out of savior schnapp.
I don't know. They could be lying in wait for us anywhere. Someone must have snitched on us. We should split up and get the fuck out of here.
So every man for himself?
Just so.
But you think it was one of the band who betrayed us?
Look around for yourself. Who's missing? Jakey. That's who. I sent him on ahead, and he knows which way we're going. That little fucking Judas! When I get my hands on him, he'll rue the day he was born.
I'll try and track him down. He can't be too far away.
No, it's too risky. He could have Hagen's people all around him. All we need to do is get out of here in one piece.
Okay, so he just wants us to split up and get out of here. Now I'm going to head back toward where we were, because the quest objective is just to go meet with Kuno at the encampment. But you can go back here to the river crossing. And do some looting. And you'll see his other guys who are now waking up. and they'll pass by you and they'll head off their own separate ways. And now there are still 4 or 5 guys out there at the river crossing. And if you're in the market for it, one of the archers over there, I believe, has a stinger, which is what I'm using, which is the best stabbing weapon in the game. That's why you always see me going around stabbing everything. Actually, it looks like those guys might have made it over here. Maybe that's why there were so many people over here. Normally, they stay on the far bank. Yeah, but it looks like... Nope, there they are. They're still out there. They were just out of render distance. Okay. See, I think there are 5. Oh, there are 6. So I'm going to... Ooh, he's got a lot of long distance arrows. So I'm going to change back into my stealth gear. Because you definitely do not want to have this fight wearing a bunch of conspicuous gear. Okay, so we're just going to unequip the remainder of the Warhorse set we have on. What am I missing? My quiet dark shoes. Go. We'll get our bow out and we'll go out here and start working on these guys. Now, most of them are archers, so they don't have a whole lot of defensive capability. And he's dead right off the bat. Oh, right between them. Just missed. Oh, headshot. That's 3. That's 4. Better long distance arrows. Nice. And there's a U longbow. Like I say, 77 is better than the cumin bow. It is the best bow, the best non-DLC bow in the game. Mine's 84, but the U longbow is, like I say, without the Privoslavets or From the Ashes DLC, that's the best one in the game. And you can look around on the ground, because I think one of them has Stinger. There it is. That's again what I'm using. It's the best stab damage in the game. See if I can get a long shot here. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Okay, so let's loot these last three, and that should be all the bandits. Now, you don't have to come back here and finish them off. There's nothing that you get. There's no achievement or anything in this quest here. Okay, and now we can, again, fast travel back to his camp. And I forgot to save. I don't think I've ever run into a death on this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now, where we were at 8 people, including myself, we're now down to 7, because Jakey is now gone. So it's going to make that final fight even harder. And they're back. So let's do a quick inventory check here. Clean up a few things. Okay, and let's put our Okay, so I don't think we need to be... I'm trying to remember. I don't think we need to necessarily put all of our gear on again. Where are we on nourishment? We're fine. So let's drop a save. Yeah, I still have Savior Schnapps left. It just won't let you save until after you've already talked to him.
I see everyone made it back in one piece.
Thank Christ. Someone up there must like us. Somehow we always manage to get out of these sticky situations.
Well, someone up there, or someone down there.
Yeah, right. Well, the main thing is we made it.
So we'll go patrolling again?
We will, but not you.
What? Why not?
I found out where Jakey is. I want you to grab him and beat everything he knows about Hagen out of him.
Well, that sounds like a good plan. But why me?
For one thing, you're reliable. And for another, you're not likely to wring his neck on sight. Which can't be said for the rest of us.
Where is he hiding?
He isn't, the little shit. He's drinking away his 30 pieces of silver in some alehouse, bold as brass. The inn on the meadow, or something like that.
The inn in the glade?
Yeah, that's the one.
What are you going to be doing in the meanwhile?
We'll go on patrol as normal. It could be a trick, you see, to lure us into a trap.
But what if they're waiting to spring a trap on me?
It could well be, Henry. So you should be very careful. But one thing's for sure, Jakey won't be there forever. And someone's got to go and check it out.
I'll get going then.
Go. And when you find him, deal with him however you see fit. Just make sure you find out what he knows first.
Right, Chief.
And that's going to start the 30 Pieces quest. Now, this quest has 2 achievements in it. So, where the last quest didn't have any, this one now has 2 to make up for it. You can get them both. It's not the most desirable way to go about it. But let's go to the inn at the glade. Because the achievements we don't have to worry about until the very end of the quest. Okay, what time is it? Okay, it's probably best if we just wait out the night. I don't think this is timed. How much Savior Schnapps do I have left? I should be running low. 3? Let's see.
Good afternoon. Good luck then.
If we can buy any. I have tons of money. Okay. So I'm gonna drop a save here, and then we're gonna go wait out the rest of the night and do this in the morning. I don't want to do this during the dark, or during the night in the dark. And while I'm here, I'm already asleep. When I wake up in the morning, I'm going to see if I have any Nighthawk potions. I don't know if I brewed any up or not, to be truthful. But we'll check my inventory and see. It's never good not to be, or not to have some of those in your inventory. So, let's see here. I don't have any, so I didn't brew any up. We'll just take a few more Savior Schnapps here. Okay, now nobody's up here at the inn yet, so we're gonna wait a little bit. And we're gonna talk to Andrew. Now, Andrew's dialogue here, you know, that's a good point. He's probably gonna... I don't think he's gonna ask me to do this activity. Instead, I think I'm gonna be allowed to ask him about it. But his dialogue, if you haven't completed Masquerade, or if you did Gallows Brothers, how that worked out, you may have to bribe Andrew instead of him just telling you the information that you need. So... we'll see what happens here in a second.
Good health to you.
Okay, so, yeah, there's the I'm looking for Jakey. Do you need any supplies? Is going to open up a new activity. Trying to remember. It's called Delicacies, I think. And we haven't done it. So, remind me, because we won't have time to do it and finish 30 pieces today. So I'm going to finish 30 pieces instead. And then we'll come back. That will leave us one quest left in this. And then after we finished it, just remind me and we'll come back here and we'll do delicacies.
I'm looking for a young fella by the name of Jakey.
A cheeky-looking stripling.
That'll be him, all right.
Well, I don't like to snitch on my guests. It ain't good for business. Since it's you, I'll make an exception.
Thanks, Andrew.
Well, I was gonna throw him out on his ear at first. He strolls in here like some lord, ordering people around. He's nothing but a snot-nosed brat. But then, he showed me the weight of his person. Well, business is business. He stayed here a couple of days. Yesterday evening he was boozing here. And then went off to the woods with some wench.
To the woods? That's a very broad term in these parts.
Someone said they saw them heading south across the meadow. There's pine woods there and cliffs, and that's where they went. The girl's father was here with her, a merchant. As soon as he noticed she was gone, he went off to look for her. You might meet him.
All right. Thanks.
So yes, we didn't have to bribe him because we had already completed Masquerade and Gallows Brothers adequately. So if not, you'll have to bribe him. It's not... I don't think it's that much. Or you can either... I think you can convince the ale maid, the one that we talked to and bought Savior Schnapps. I think you can convince her as well. So, I think... Let's look at our quest journal here. Yeah, I think we have to go here and take a right. And I think we meet the guy, like, down here.
Yeah.
And we'll take a right here at the shrine. And yeah, there's his wagon.
Good day to you.
What's going on here?
Marie, my daughter's run away. That's what's going on. Some people at the inn said they saw her running this way with some fellow. And not far from here, I found her scarf.
I see. Why don't you follow her, then?
I would, of course. Only, they said the fellow was armed. And I've got a horse and wagon here. I might get robbed while my back was turned.
Well, she's your daughter. Are you just going to stand here and do nothing?
The thing is, it's not the first time she's done it. And she always came back. But I've got to carry on to Sternberg, and she's nowhere to be found.
Ah. Well. We have something in common. I'm looking for that fellow who ran off with your daughter.
What? You know him?
A little.
Is he dangerous?
Ah, he's as gentle as a lamb. You've no cause to worry about your daughter.
That's a relief. But still, I wish he'd come back.
I can have a look for your Maria, if you want.
You do that?
Of course. But naturally, I'm not going to risk my neck for nothing.
Naturally. I'll reward you for your service.
Right now?
Usually a reward is paid after the job is done. For many reasons.
Okay, so you can do it multiple ways, but I don't have enough charisma here.
All right, then. I'll have a look around for your daughter.
Thank you kindly.
You said you found her scarf here somewhere.
Yes. Right past the shrubbery there. Hanging on a tree.
I'll have a look that way, then.
Take care now.
Okay, so it tells you to start looking through here, and here's the scarf. Now, you don't have to inspect all of these things, but they will lead you in the direction that you're trying to go. Now, this thing is also can be bugged.
Looks like Hansel and Gretel went this way.
Okay. And then just continue on this way along to the south.
Raymant's on the rocky outcrop, so it seems. Oh, it started getting interesting here. Seems it's not booze we're interested in anymore.
And this one's kind of easy to miss.
It's always nice to take away a memento. Oh, shameless hussy.
Okay, now here, I always drop a save. I'm pretty sure it's going to be bugged, but it's just a visual bug. You want to save anyway, though. Nope, he's here.
Henry? Please, Henry.
Sometimes he'll be invisible, but if you walk up to the tree, you'll see the talk icon pop up. And then as soon as you start the conversation, he'll appear.
It's
out of
me,
nowhere. It's just
Jakey.
a visual bug.
Henry,
Okay,
please
now
untie me.
there are a couple of ways to go about this. So leaving that save there is a good thing.
Henry, I'm sorry. I'm glad you're here, Henry. I thought I'd be stuck here till Judgment Day.
What the fuck are you doing here?
I picked up this wench at the inn, see? And we wanted to go somewhere quiet. Only the bitch whacked me on the head with a rock and fucked off with all my coin.
Did she now? And which way did she go?
I haven't a clue, but I reckon as far away from her father as she can get. She won't be going back in a hurry. I've met some mad wenches in my time, but that one was a piece of work. She could have just asked me for coin, instead of trying to smash my skull right away, and then to leave me like this.
I say that's the pot calling the kettle black.
Listen, Henry, that thing with Hagen, I didn't want to, really, but they kept threatening me, and then they offered me coin. Jesus, Henry, I've never seen a pile of coin like that in my life. Kuno wouldn't give me as much as half a groschen for a cheap wench.
Yeah, my heart bleeds. Enough. Tell me where I can find Hagen.
Hagen? Lord Zool? Yeah, I'll tell you, Henry. We're still mates, right?
Oh, I don't know if I'd go as far as mates, but let's just say I understand.
I knew you and me would understand each other. So you'll let me go if I tell you?
Let you go? That rock must have really scrambled your brains.
Henry, I'm really sorry. I swear. Those fellas scared the wits out of me.
I can believe that. But why didn't you tell us about it? You didn't have to betray us.
I don't know. I was confused. Please, let me go.
First, tell me where Hagen is, and then we'll see.
I won't say anything as long as I'm tied up. I know how that goes. I'll be left here for the crows.
Okay, so there are a few ways that you can go about it. You can pass the speech check. He'll give you the information that you need. You can untie him and let him go. If you do this, you're going to get the Pinky Promise achievement. Okay, so what you can do is save beforehand. You can untie him. You'll get the Pinky Promise achievement. Then you can reload it and do it another way. But he will also tell you that Zool is intending to bribe Kuno. Okay, and that's going to come into play later in the last quest. Okay, the you don't want to talk all right is going to leave him tied up, and this is going to get you the Torturer achievement.
You don't want to talk? All right. But I can leave you to rot here if I want.
By now
now.
leaving him tied up and waiting for 12 hours. And you'll know when he's ready because he will start saying things like he can't feel his legs and all of that sort of stuff. And you can see all the things that he's been saying.
Henry, come on, matey. Surely you're not going to leave me here. Jesus, all right.
There it is.
All right, I'll tell you.
Well then, are you going to talk?
All right, I'll tell you. Hagen's planning to raid some village. Samapesh, I think. He's going to go there in person, along with what's left of his band. So, are you going to untie me now?
Okay. So now you have, again, an opportunity to let him go. Now, I haven't tried it this way to see. I don't know as if you get the Pinky Promise achievement if you let him go here, but maybe you will. But I'm anxious to try it and see if he's going to give me the information about bribing Kuno.
All right. You can go.
Oh, thank you, Henry. Thank you. I owe you one. If we ever meet again...
You'll buy me a beer and we'll have a friendly game of dice.
Yeah, so he doesn't give you the information. Okay. You can untie him and take him back to Rate if you want. The better way to go about it, though, I think this is what just happened. We'll see. The better way to go about it is to get the Torture achievement, then reload. Yeah, that's what just happened. So we'll go back to here. The better way to go about it is to get the torture achievement and then reload and get the Pinky Promise achievement.
I'm glad you're here. What? Only
Did she?
So we've already seen all of this.
Yeah.
Huh? I don't know.
First, I won't say. All right, I'll untie you.
Thanks, Henry. I knew you wouldn't leave me here.
Spit it out, quick.
Sure. Hagen's planning to lead a raid on Samapesh himself. He wants to torch the whole village, soon.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's awful. I'd like to stay here and talk about it, but if that's everything, I'd rather be on my way.
Okay, now you can...
Get going before I change my mind.
Thanks, Henry. I owe you one, if we ever meet again. And since you've kept your word, I'll tell you one more thing.
I'm all ears.
It's something Kuno was always talking about when you weren't around to hear. He kept cursing that he was fed up with running around for Radzig, and that it's not the first time he's done his dirty work for no reward. So I mentioned that to Hagen, and he put together a nice pile of coin for Kuno.
What? He's planning to bribe Kuno?
Exactly. And what I know of the chief, he sure likes the jingle of silver.
Fuck.
I keep telling you he's a swine. Well, glad I could help. So, I'd better get going before someone else turns up looking for me. Maybe we'll meet up again sometime, Henry. And I'll pay you back.
No offense, but it's not a meeting I'll be looking forward to.
And there's the information about the bribe. Okay, and like I say, that's going to make a small change to what happens in the final quest here. But it's nothing that you can't overcome. So if you want to take him to jail, or if you want to kill him, you certainly can after you've gotten the information. It's not really a big deal. But that is going to get you the Pinky Promise achievement. So again, save before you go in. You can get both achievements and play it out however you would like. Okay. So now we're back at the Band of Bastards, which wants you to meet with Kuno at his encampment, and that's going to start the What Price Honor quest, which is the last one. And that's going to be straight into combat again. And it's now at this point everybody can die. The men can die as well, so it's much more difficult to complete this without anybody dying. The other thing about it is that if the men are seriously hurt, they can bleed out. And if they bleed out, or they might bleed out during the travel back to the camp. And again, if they bleed out, you're not going to be able to complete the Ring of Bacchus activity. But it will let you know if somebody dies. So if your goal here is to keep everybody alive, then having the Ring of Bacchus available is a good thing for you to do. So this gives you a choice, though, of how you want to play it out. If you want to go do the Ring of Bacchus right now because you don't care about keeping them alive, then you can go do it now before you head off to meet with Kuno about heading off to the last quest. So we're going to fast travel back to the Rate Mill. That was interesting. Hey, Em, welcome. Good to see you again. Thanks for being here. And again, with this, we want to be completely in our heavy plate armor. Now, we're not going to do this quest right now.
Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wager on the
Because we don't have time for it, and we're at the end of the live stream today. But we will head up there and get ready for it. Because it will be the first thing that we do tomorrow. Or, sorry, next week.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, before we get too close, to drop a save. They are back. Okay, and here is the last objective. Okay, so now that we're near, we'll overwrite that save. And that gives us a great place to end the stream today. Next week, we are going to complete this. If y'all remind me, we will go complete Delicacies for Andrew, which is just some hunting, and that is the last, I must have missed that on my list, that is the last side quest or activity that we have to do in the game, and they will be completed, and then we will immediately jump into finishing the Woman's Lot DLC, and that will be the last set of quests that we have anywhere in the game other than the main quest line. And that main quest line is going to take us out to Vranik. And like I say, after we get to Vranik, things will drastically change around the world here. And if we don't have any of the, or all of those quests done, some of them will auto fail. So we definitely want to make sure that we're completed with all of them. So I'm pretty sure next week we're going to be able to finish this up, finish Delicacies, finish the Woman's Lot DLC, and get back into the main quest line and probably get through, I know we're going to get through at least the first quest in it, possibly the second quest in it as well. And that will leave us probably, boy, I'm just guessing, because I think after a die is cast and payback, I think there's probably 6 quests or something like that left. So my guess is that we have next week and then we have 2 weeks after that. So a total of 3 more weeks, maybe. It might only be 2 more weeks before we are completely done with this game. What we're going to do is probably swap, once we finish this, we are probably going to swap time spots because we're going to go into KCD 2, into the sequel to this game. But I want to, we're going to be going through the DLC Palace of Ice on Solasta, and then we're going to go into early access on Solasta 2, and I would like that early access to be on Saturdays. So I think once we finish up Kingdom Come Deliverance here, we'll swap the time slots before we go into KCD 2. But we'll kind of play that by ear as we get through the next couple of weeks here and see how it goes. So, as always, thank you all for being here. The support that my community gives is amazing. Y'all have always been very supportive of the channel and me personally, and I can't thank you all enough for that, because as I say, without your support, none of this is possible. This is Commander Jorval saying until next time, fare thee well.